Tampa has always been a city of sunshine, growth, and resilience. For over 100 years, we watch storms pass by, but nature has a way of reminding us that no streak lasts forever. The warnings came, the winds picked up. This time, Tampa was in the crosshairs.
All right, you ready?
Let's go for it. We were spared so many times in the past, but this, Helene and Milton, got everyone's attention.
It had been so long since we'd been hit directly. The Panhandle gets it all the time. Fort Myers, Naples gets it all the time. South Florida, Miami with Andrew. For our area, whether it's the Indian burial grounds or whether it's praying to St. Nicholas, we have been fortunate over 100 years. And so when we finally started to see, this is one we really have to pay attention, a lot of folks didn't at first.
As a police officer, I've gone to other cities throughout the state that have taken a direct hit from a hurricane. And I will tell you to the person, anyone who stayed, said, I will never do that again.
We got the first models for water, for how much flooding water we were gonna get. And everybody in our weather department, we didn't even believe it, because the storm, Helene, never got closer than 100 miles to our coastline. Never closer than 100 miles, nowhere near landfall. And we had the worst surge we have ever seen in the Bay Area since 1921's direct landfall.
We woefully underestimate the power of Mother Nature. And if there is some type of a conflict, Mother Nature is going to win every time. And so just trying to get people to understand that it's better to err on the side of caution.
And that was the message we were trying to get across to people. Hey, we're going to have a surge 8, 9 feet. No, you're not. The hurricane's going to be 100 miles offshore. No, we really are. And getting that message across was ridiculously difficult to Floridians in our area who hadn't seen one in 100 years.
First hurricane hits Helene, all of a sudden water keeps rising and rising. The street is completely flooded. I could literally canoe down my street. Cars are getting flooded. There's fires all across the city because electric vehicles are exploding in garages. It was literally like a war zone.
My in-laws live in Siesta Key, 100 miles from the beach. They live near a canal. I'm on TV talking about this storm, and they texted me, and they're like, hey, do you know when this water is going to go down? And I go, it's probably gonna be about 5 or 6 hours. Why is that? Well, because we're hiding on the second floor of our house because our entire first floor is underwater.
We had team members that had just really heart-wrenching, harrowing stories. Team members who lost everything.
When I got back after the hurricane, the whole place was just destroyed. All my clothes were gone, all my books were gone. You could see the sadness and the stress on people's faces. I'm going through the same thing, so I can relate.
I've lived here 30 years. I've never seen anything like it, not even close. We were always worried about the big one. I don't think anybody thought there could be a big two.
We turn on the news and there's a second hurricane barreling down on the city. This one's even bigger than the first one. They're saying category 4, maybe a category 5, and that's when this sense of panic starts kind of rippling across Tampa Bay. It's like, oh my God, what do we do now?
You realize that this is a very viable and real threat. With debris already out on people's curbs and driveways, it was definitely a recipe for disaster. Perfect storm, really.
The amount of trash and just debris that was piled up looked insane. What's typically a beautiful road full of beautiful houses, shining sun, and you're going down the road with walls of trash. It felt surreal.
These are projectiles, and there was no way we were gonna be able to get everything picked up before that storm came. I think that was panic.
The debris that was left out on the road after Helene, these were going to turn into large missiles, projectiles with this second storm. So there was an extreme sense of urgency and danger because there was no knowing where these projectiles and debris were going to end up.
Last thing we wanted was for all of that to get picked up in the winds.
So I'm on the phone, literally driving down the street, arguing with one of our debris haulers, and I see a truck, College HUNKS, hauling junk.
One morning I woke up and I saw a text message from Mayor Jane Castor saying, Omar, this is the deal. We do not have enough trucks or people to clean up the debris across Tampa Bay. We need your company. I drove by your office. I saw that you guys have a lot of trucks. Can you help?
I would say I had a little bit of anxiety. Like, you know, we're not first responders, although people call us, you know, we say we help relieve stress of moving and junk removal. We're not typically coming into disaster zones. Immediately it shifted to like, no, this is our duty, our purpose, our mission, our cause.
And that was like, all right, this is it. This is what we're made for. This is where we can show what we're all about. And we got to work.
You know, we're gonna do what we can do until we can't. There's just a lot of people that needed us. It didn't feel right just leaving them when something so crazy was heading towards us.
To see everyone come together to do whatever it took to get our city back up on our feet, I think that was amazing.
I left the station and I got to my house about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and there were already neighbor after neighbor after neighbor checking on their friends, checking on people they didn't know.
By the time we were finished with the debris cleanup, we had filled the Rivergate Tower or beer can building in downtown Tampa. We had picked up enough debris to fill that entire tower 4 times over.
I wouldn't say that we could call ourselves the best if we're running from when things actually get tough and people actually need us. You know, it's not just a luxury now, like you really need us. And that's a little funny when you think about it, right? Considering what we do, but it was a big thing.
We don't give out many of these. I think the last one I gave might have been to Tom Brady, but I want to give to you guys, Nick and Omar, the key to the city of Tampa.
For the mayor of Tampa to say, you know, we're gonna recognize you for your efforts and contributions to this community, it means the world.
I just think it's a testament to our team. It's a testament to our brand and the people that we have on board here that really pour their blood, sweat, and tears into what they do.
The sky's the limit for the city of Tampa. The sun always comes out eventually, and the sun's gonna keep rising for this city.
We're a city of champions, and the reason is because of our people, and it's the sense of community and the people that live here that make Tampa Bay what it is.
In the wake of devastation, Tampa didn't wait for help. We became the help. Neighbors stepped up, businesses mobilized, and organizations like College HUNKS joined the fight, moving not just debris, but hope back into our community. And as we move forward, stronger and more prepared, one thing is certain: Tampa doesn't just survive the storm. We rise from it.